Hello, all, and welcome to week 6. So, for week 6, we had to do some readings and some research on OERs, Open Education Resources. Now, very quickly, I'm going to run down my disappointments that I seen reading this. And that's my disappointment number 1 was I was very disappointed to see that very few districts were supported by these government initiatives. I looked up the school district here in North Carolina. They weren't even on the list. North Carolina is a state. And I looked at my hometown as well, which was Brooklyn, New York, and they were not on the list either. So, that was disappointing to see. My disappointment number 2 was only 35% of elementary teachers were reported to be using OERs regularly. And that was very disappointing. But, there's a saving grace. This is fairly new, so there is room to grow. And it was disappointing because OERs offer students so many benefits, because it's a virtual tool, materials are open to students basically 24 hours a day, just like it's open to us 24 hours a day on this teaching platform. They could access it if they're absent. They could access it on school holidays. I grew up getting homework on the holidays, so I may give homework on the holidays as well. Just in case a kid loses something, they could go right on here, this virtual OER, and get the material, learn the material. And they're also cost effective. You could find so many tools on the internet, so many Web 2.0 tools. They're vast, they're many. You could get lost in it like I have this week, just trying to come up with materials for this week's discussion. I got lost. So anyway, let's move on to what I'm supposed to do this week. And as you can see here, I created a schedule on my class website where the students will go. And for, let's say it's a unit 1, I'm giving the kids an introduction. In the introduction, face to face, I'm telling them what we're learning, my expectations from them, and things like that. So on here, I created a story jumper. Now, when I think about adjectives, I think about telling a story, So I want my kids to be able to be colorful in their reading, in their relaying of stories, of relaying of anything that they see. I want them to express it fully. So I created this story jumper. The name of the story is Yummy Words. And you read along. As I open my eyes from sleep, the house is so quiet, not even a peep. My stomach says knock, knock. Take a look at the clock. Oh my, it's almost 7. I should already be in breakfast heaven. Now, I'm using descriptive words here, heaven, quiet, things like that. So as we move on, I ask the children, what foods do you see? I want them to tell me what foods they saw this morning in their own kitchen. Here we go with real life scenarios, bringing real life to the classroom. So that's why I'm asking them this here. And from this, I created, where the kids will be able to look at colors, same color, red, and tell me what difference is in the red that they see, just like the color green. And they write down their description of the differences. And then I asked them to list 3 food words that describe their breakfast this morning. So I went ahead and put mine, tasty, round, and gooey. Then I asked them to guess what my breakfast was. And from that, I wanted to do a mind mapping activity. And here I already started it, the description of my breakfast. So here is mine. So mine, like I said, was round, tasty, gooey. And student number 2 would give theirs. And student number 3 will give theirs, and here comes Caleb giving his. So all you have to do here is just press tab, and you know, the kids will be able to input their own little mind maps, and you could continue on doing just mind maps. Let's do another student just to show you guys. Malik, you know, just they could go on here and describe what they had for breakfast. And after that, I'll give a summary of the lesson, you know, my tips and tricks to help them to expand their vocabulary, and, you know, any concluding remarks that I may have from this lesson. And, you know, then I'll go down here for tests and assignments, things to remember, you know, anything on my website. So they'll always have this outlet to go to, my website that I created with Wix, if they ever need anything here. All right, guys, thanks.